All right, UFC Vancouver has a brand new main event, but are the stakes as high as they once were? And did Anthony Hernandez just accidentally do Nassourdine Imavov a huge favor? Very interesting thought, and that is why it is today's question of the day for MMA Fighting from Jeremy on Instagram, who asks, with Anthony Hernandez's injury scratching him from the Reinier de Ridder fight, and with RDR now fighting Brendan Allen, did this guarantee Nassourdine Imavov is fighting Khamzat Chimaev next? And did the MMA gods actually smile upon meritocracy? Short answer, yes, more than likely. I can say with a pretty solid level of confidence that whoever wins RDR versus Brendan Allen is probably not getting a title fight next. Unless RDR just smokes Brendan Allen. A win will not be enough. This needs to be what Fluffy Hernandez did to Roman Dolidze or better. Why? Because while Brendan Allen has had a nice UFC run, he has lost 2 of his past 3, and the win was in his last fight against Marvin Vettori. Very competitive decision, but Marvin Vettori is approaching 3 years since his last UFC win. It's a pretty tough spot for RDR, in my opinion. So Nassourdine Imavov beating Caio Borralho in such dominant fashion at UFC Paris probably gets him the shot. But here's where things could get a little weird. If Khamzat Chimaev is like, you know what? I'm not putting my title on the line until like May or June, then there's some time for this all to shift in a huge way. What if RDR Fluffy gets rebooked? What if Brendan Allen wins? What if they do Fluffy versus DDP in January? Things can shift very, very fast in the sport, especially when it comes to a guy like Khamzat Chimaev, who is, at least in today's modern UFC, a star. But if I am Nassourdine Imavov, and if I am Nassourdine Imavov's manager, there will not be a single day between now and when a contract is in his hand that I am not on the phone with the matchmakers and Hunter Campbell saying, we're next, right? I would be, as Nassourdine Imavov's manager, the annoying kid in the backseat on a road trip. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Tapping him on the shoulder over and over again. I would not let up every single day. So, unfortunate week for Fluffy Hernandez. Tough week for RDR. Awful week for Paulo Costa. I'm sure you can see why. Pretty decent week for Brendan Allen, all things considered, who fell into this huge opportunity. And it seems like it was a terrific week for Nassourdine Imavov. But thank you for the question. Back on Monday to kick off another week of MMA Fighting's question of the day. You can submit your questions to the feed over on MMAfighting.com. Have a great weekend, everybody.